Hey, what's up, guys? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. Time for a we'll do a what's spinning video. Just kind of some stuff I've been spinning on the last couple days. I got the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake, and I've been playing it a lot lately, and just spinning records while I play. And here's some of the stuff that I've been listening to. This first one is I pulled this out because of the Metal Theologian. I don't remember what band we were talking about, but I don't remember if it was in comparison or what the reason was, but he ended up bringing up Icon, and it made me pull this out. This is Night of the Crime from Icon. Icon's a hometown band for me, so I remember back in the 88 maybe? Let's see. I don't even know if it says, or oh wow, 85. So this is even earlier. But I remember in the late 80s, Icon always being on the radio. And again, I mean, just the fact that it was a hometown band, they got a lot of play as I was growing up. I actually went on a melodic kick. I'm only going to show a couple from that because I'm going to do another video later and talk about some of the others. Ended up pulling out Mama's Boys, Turn It Up. Really dig this album. I like everything Mama's Boys released, but I especially like this one. This is a UK pressing that I ended up picking up a few years ago. Let's see. I believe this was 83 on this one. But Turn It Up. Can't beat that album cover either. Next up, another great album cover. A little bit of Ron Keel. This is Lay Down the Law. His debut on Shrapnel, I believe. Let's see. Doesn't even say, there we go, Shrapnel Records, yeah. 84. This is one, I showed this back when I got it signed, but I got this one signed by Ron back at maybe 2 years ago at the last Kiss Expo that they had out here. This next one, I almost gave this album away. It's a band, I didn't get into this band until much later. I want to say about 2013. But this is a Canadian traditional metal band, Cauldron. And this is their debut EP, Into the Cauldron. And I don't know what it was. When I bought this one probably about 2015 or 2016. This is the War on Music reissue. But I just didn't like it, and I gave it 2 or 3 spins, and I wasn't feeling it. And then I pulled it out last week, and I've probably spun it 4 or 5 times. It really hit me this time around, and I'm really digging this one. I'll probably end up pulling out some more Cauldron over the next few weeks, and just give them a little bit more love. But really great debut EP there. We got a debut full length here. So I had always heard people call this band Black Wave. A lot of people have said that this is kind of one of the better Black Wave albums, and I know one of the magazines did a shoegaze list. Did like the top 25 or top 30 shoegaze albums, and this was like number 10 or 15. But this is Alceste, Souvenirs d'un Autre Monde. I don't know. Can't speak French. They are a French band. So the singer, he actually did everything on this album, but this was his solo debut, and he was in a bunch of black metal bands. I guess, from what I understand, he did a mini, either a mini album or an EP prior to this under the Alceste name that was more of a shoegaze and black metal mix. This is just, I think this is straight up shoegaze or post metal, whatever you want to call it. When I think of black gaze, I think more of bands like I can't think of the name of the band now. They had the album Sunbather, Deaf Heaven. Actually, he did a song on one of the Deaf Heaven albums, but I think of that where it's got the shoegaze music or the post metal sound, or post rock actually in their case, with the death metal or the black metal vocals. I'm sorry. This one it's not black metal vocals, so I don't know why people consider this one black gaze. But regardless, really cool album. I really dig this. And this was a blind buy. I had heard of Alcest. Honestly, it was cheap, and it was a signed copy, so I think I paid like $15 for it. So I figured I would just give it a try, and ended up really digging it. I've given this a bunch of spins since I bought it last year. Next up is just an all-time classic. I've shown this one 2 or 3 times. I finally got it cleaned up. Last time I showed it, there was a huge sticker right here and another sticker across the top. This was a radio station promo. It's kind of hard to see, but the call letters are written across here. Luckily, the artwork hides most of it. But Mekong Delta was one. I love these guys. When I first heard this, I want to say it was like 89. Yeah, 89. So it was probably 90 then when I first heard them, and I was absolutely hooked. Unfortunately, this was their only straightforward thrash metal. They went more the technical route, more progressive, and I like everything they've released. Don't get me wrong, but this was really the album that I loved. But I ended up getting the heat gun out a couple days ago and just heating all these stickers up that the radio station had on them. They had their call letters here on a big sticker, and then here they had dates that they actually played. I don't know if it's that they played it live or, but there were dates all along here. So I used the heat gun, and then used a little bit of Goo Gone and got up all the glue, and it came out looking really nice. So nice one there. And then last but not least, we'll keep this one short. We've got one of the most underrated albums in metal. This is an album that everybody talks about it being one of the worst from the band, which makes no sense to me because I actually think this is the band's, if not their heaviest album, it's definitely one of their heaviest albums. But we got a little bit of Deep Sabbath. If you're not familiar with this Black Sabbath album, you've got Ian Gillan on vocals. He was only with the band for this one album, and there's a sound on this album that you've never heard on any other Black Sabbath. If you haven't checked this one out, I highly recommend checking it out. And I actually prefer the original vinyl pressing to the nicely remastered and redone deluxe edition CD that came out a couple years ago. Even though that sounds really crisp and clean, you lose the darkness and the I mean, it's got a real muddy production to it. It's not real highly produced, and it really adds to the sound of this album. It really is just so heavy, and Ian Gillan is just one of the all-time great lead men. Fantastic vocals. This doesn't sound like anything else. And it's funny, a lot of people, I read something about this being one of their least popular, least successful albums. And this is actually their highest charting album and highest selling album of the 80s. I just read a couple weeks ago, I was reading about this, and I was reading about the artwork actually, which I hated initially. It kind of grew on me over the years, and because of the heaviness, I kind of dig it. And if you read the whole story behind it, it was kind of a joke that the artist submitted, not thinking that the management of the band would like it, and they ended up loving it. It's one of the same artist that did a lot of Ozzy's album covers, which you can tell from the back. This whole design was something that he used multiple times. But you saw the return of Geezer Butler, or I'm sorry, the return of Bill Ward. So you've got 3 of the original Sabbath members on here. Some of the songs on here, Born Again, Hotline is one of my favorite tracks on here. Trash. There's not a bad song on here. Now, the funny thing about this is, you start believing the hype after a while. I didn't get into this. I didn't buy this album until years after it came out. And I just thought it was, you hear how bad it is. And the first time I listened, I was like, man, it just didn't click. I didn't like it at all. And I would revisit it every couple years. And each time I spun it again, I liked it more and more. And now, I wouldn't say this was one of my favorite Sabbath albums. It probably sits right in the middle, but it's definitely one of their heaviest, one of their darkest, and it really is a must-have album. But Black Sabbath, Born Again. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. One of my favorite albums of the year so far. I hate the album cover. It's actually one of my favorite albums from the band so far. And I've loved all of their albums, but for some reason this one just kind of really stands out to me. But this is Metal Commando, which is the newest release from Primal Fear. So Primal Fear is very much a they're very much a Judas Priest clone. A little more power metal-y than Priest. But the deal was, the singer, when Halford left the band, the singer tried out for Priest. He ended up obviously not getting the job. But then he got together with a couple of other guys, created Primal Fear, and they've just been killing it. But it's at that same... I can't think of the name of the album right now. Man, that's going to drive me nuts. Anyway, check out Primal Fear. Just fantastic album. That's it, guys. Take care. I'll throw something together soon and get another video up. Subscribe, do all that good stuff, and bye.